Hey everybody, and welcome back to one of our quick updates. It may not be quicker than normal because we actually have a lot to discuss coming up. But I'm here. I'm Jonathan A. Moody, the co-host, and I'm here with
Molly Presenza, otherwise known as the Moo Cow. Moo.
Moo. So we are going to talk about the stuff that's happening. So this is the update for May. Uh, May's going to be a weird transition into the summer. The summer is going to be not as crowded. There will still be some content, especially from Indie Film Cafe, but there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to take a break and stuff, just because we are exhausted and we can't do a million things. And
I got
you know,
things and stuff to do.
and Paul loves his baseball and has to watch his
And
baseball
garden.
during the summer. So starting off, I'm gonna do the podcast first. So we'll go into that. And if you have anything to interject, Paul, please do. Indie Film Cafe starting in June will be back to only 3 episodes a month. So we are getting rid of our so in May there'll be one last episode. Um like that will be 4 episodes a month. So special guests, but in starting in June, it'll go back to three people.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Yeah, it was just too much. And I was doing most of all of the work, and it was
And
tough
and it was
because
hard finding somebody all the time too.
yeah. And then I would try to find Paul, and Paul's like, nope, I can't do it. So I was just like, I can't, because I have to find the guest who does it, and then I'll also have to
Plus, you
find
got
Paul.
writing to do. You just got too much, man.
And plus, you've got me writing those blogs too, which we're back behind. And
Mm.
and that's another thing, like, because we've got so much that we're putting on our plates that taking a break from stuff. And that was one of the hard decisions, but it was the one I decided to make because I didn't want to put so much pressure on
Yeah.
myself.
If we had a third local person who could have stepped in, who could help us out with that kind of stuff, would be one thing. But we just don't have that,
Yeah.
dedicated person who could do extra stuff for us like that.
All right, so
Locally.
next is Hooked on Hitchcock. We already shot 2 episodes, but we will not be back in May. We won't be back till September for 4 more episodes. So there'll be only 6 episodes this month, this year for Hooked on Hitchcock, but that's pretty much enough. And Larry Butler uh has been tough because he's been working so much.
He's busy.
I know,
Glad to
and
see it.
just getting him to like having him watch the movie, then he takes extensive notes, and then we have to do the show. Is just and scheduling it is just a bitch. So we decided to take a little break off. The summer's always when people are busy recording movies and whatnot, and acting and doing all that stuff. So and we want to have him come back soon enough. So we're
Yeah.
we're planning something where we can probably get him for like a short film or something.
We
Um,
love G. Larry Butler.
yeah. Um, Next is Horror Film Lovers. The mid-season finales in June, and then we come back in September. So, I believe that was the plan that me and Michael. I have a new co-host for that, which is Michael McLean, and he's been having such a blast with the show and
Good.
just having fun with him. So, yeah. So there you go. The 90s horror. Speaking of another co-host, I got Madeline Deering as the co-host of that show.
Yay.
So, always love having Maddie on. And she's going to be taking over and helping out. But we finished this season up in July, and then actually that's not true. I think we're going to take a break in July, then come back and do 2 more episodes in September and October, then come back in January. The original plan was to come back in October, but I don't like having it come back in the same year. It just throws me off, that the year that it's done, I'd rather it be done and then come back another year the next year. I'm weird like that. It's an
Among other
OCD thing, I
ways.
think. What?
He said, among other ways.
Yeah. Uh, 80s horror films after episode 2 comes in. Hopefully, I'm not sure when that's going to come, honestly. Once again, another thing of Rebecca is busy and I'm busy and it's just been,
That's why I haven't even tried to
yeah,
do
you haven't tried to get her
exploitation
back for a
sleepsmiths.
sexploitation.
She's just too busy.
Yeah, so she just got
We'll do it.
married, you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's busy. So I'm not we're kind of just trying to work
We'll
things out and
we'll
figure it
we'll
out.
we'll find a time at some point. It's just
Yeah.
not happening right now.
Hollywood Knockbusters finishes the season up in June. Um, is that true or is it gonna be July now? It might be July. I think I have only 2 more episodes to do, so it's going to be May and June. So June it'll be finished up, and then it won't come back till January, which will be a good break. Because I love the show, but it'll be good to have a little break from it, and stuff. So Hollywood Boulevard, mid-season finale, I think shoots in, comes out in June, if I'm correct. Wait, is that So I think I think we're doing one in May and one in June, and that'll be the mid-season finale, and then we'll come back in um what is it? We will come back in I think probably September, for the last episodes. All right. Let's see. Indie Corner Radio, the podcast in video, mid-season finale is in late June, and that comes back in September, and that's been doing really well. I've been getting a lot of people asking to be on the show, so me interviewing all these people. Some people want to come on Indie Film Cafe, so we're going to bring them on
Good.
as special guests. But I've had a few really amazing people that have come on the show, and I have a few amazing people that are going to continue to come on the show. We got a bunch of cool people coming up, so just get ready for that. Paul can talk about Forgotten Horror Classics.
Yeah, we have what, 4 episodes? And I
I think
think,
3 or 4, yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
because I know
Maybe
I
4.
owe you another one.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
you owe me one other one.
and
I think you've
then
got up to 3.
yeah, so you're going to get number 4. And then I thought we were going to take like a month or two break and then come back and do 4 more. I
Okay.
thought it was the plan.
Okay, you know more than I do, and that's why
Yeah,
I left it up to you. I think I even
yeah.
said that. I think one more episode in June, then come back in September.
We
I may have asked you about that before.
yeah, we just actually did it the other night, and oh yeah, it was a fun movie. It was a
Hey,
great
you told
movie.
me you were gonna do it. I didn't forgot when, but you did the
Yeah,
other night.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
But we still want you to come on one of the
No, I
episodes.
was happy that you and Jolene were able to
Yeah,
meet up and do
should
that.
I tell you what it was? Because she
Sure,
had never heard of it and she loved it. Have you ever seen Ravenous?
I've heard of it. Isn't that
Oh man, what a great film. Yeah.
that's not John Cusack, is it?
No, 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 no. That is Guy Pearce and Robert Carlyle, Jeffrey Jones, just a whole bunch of people. And yeah, it's such a
Oh, okay.
wackadoodle great film that probably should never have happened because the original director was fired 2 weeks into it. Fox brought in another guy, and the crew kind of mutinied and didn't want them. So Robert Carlyle was like, "Well, I got his friend Antonia Bird that I've worked with. She'll come in and work on it." And then she did. But none of the stuff that she's ever done had anything to do or was anything like the movie that came out. Ravenous was just amazing. You got to check it out. Great
David
film.
Arquette's in it. Nice.
Yep, 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 yep.
All right. Well,
You
there
would
you
love
go.
it. I'm telling you, you would love it.
And then Throwback Thursday season 2 ends in mid-June and comes back in early September. And I know that's for a fact because I've actually put up all of, I've already put up all of, uh, was it season 2 and all of season 3 are
Mhm.
already up, ready to go. So, Throwback Thursday is just basically my old episodes from Indie Corner, the Independent Corner radio show, and some guests. Sometimes there's guests that, big time guests, or sometimes there's, you know, independent filmmakers, and they're talking about their movies. I did one for like Creatures from the Pink Lagoon or Stupid
Yay.
Teenagers Must Die and stuff like that. So, that kind of thing. So there you go. Um, so check those out. Now for our videos. that was just podcasts, by the way. We're on to our videos now. Short film Saturdays continue twice a month throughout the year. We've already got a bunch of them up there already. I mean, we're already well up there, but it's 2 episodes a month, and it'll be like the first you know, in 2 weeks after that, or whatever,
Those are easy.
Yeah, those are easy. The first Saturday and third Saturday. So we've done that pretty quickly. Um, Film Freaks TV season 4 continues till July, and comes back March 2024, I think. So that was going to be the point, was that we're going to take a little bit of a break from Film Freaks, so that Criterion Watch can catch up, because I'd like it to be on the same
Mm.
season, and also because to give us a break from it for a little bit, because we got so much stuff to do. But I think we've got 2 more episodes to do, one of mine and one of yours, and then we're going to take a break, and then we come back in March, and we'll do 5 more. So
Okay.
each. Well, not 5 more each, but 5 more. Okay. Let's see what else. Criterion Watch season 3. One more episode in June. I think is what we've got scheduled. Then comes back in September for 4 more episodes. To
Okay.
so to make that 10. Um, what the fuck Friday season 4 comes back in September for 4 more episodes.
Yay.
Yeah, we need to get. I need to get you to do one too, but it's time, busy, whatever, all this crap.
We'll get it.
Um, Tell us about Docs That Rock, sir.
So we have the first episode of that complete. My only thing is I haven't had the time to completely get the theme song exactly the way I want it. So I'm still working on that. But otherwise, I got the logo. We got the first episode. I got the second episode lined up for us to watch. We just haven't done it yet. So I'd like to do, 4 or 5 of those, then maybe take a break and then do another 4 or 5 later on. But yeah,
Oh,
that's the plan. But I was very happy with our first episode, and as you can see, there are all kinds of possibilities for that show, because it's not just movie documentaries; it's all kinds of good different
yeah, it's not
documentaries.
movie Docs That Rock. It's Docs That Rock.
All good docs that
And I
rock.
know you were only thinking of it being a mini series or something originally, but I think it's going to end up being a regular series, because I think
I
you
think
have
if we
so
do
many
it
ideas.
4 or 5 at a time and then take a break, that's probably the easiest way to do these kind of things. Then we can revolve shows in, you
Yeah.
know,
Or
you know,
maybe do 6 episodes, then
do
have the whole
six, whichever.
season, you know? Like that's all we need is 6 episodes, and then do, next season do 6 more, and stuff. So pretty easy. Man Eaters, I think that comes back in September for 3 more episodes. So there was an issue. I was supposed to record another Man Eater. I've recorded 1 episode. I was supposed to record another episode, and then it sort of just didn't happen. I tried one person, and then they couldn't make it, and the other person couldn't make it, and I was like, fuck. It wasn't because they didn't want to do it. It just didn't work out. So I was getting I'm gonna use this summer to sort of get some of those done, in the process. So when and I'll talk about this in a second about the breaks and stuff. So that'll go into it. But yeah, Maneaters will be back in September with like 3 more episodes, and then um I think I think that's gonna be it for that season. So there's gonna be more season. There's gonna be 1 more season. This was supposed to be the last season. I think you even announced it as the last season. Next time I get on the show, I'm gonna have to say this is not the last season.
Mm.
There's gonna be 1 more season, So
Although there was one series that we were going to do that I think is getting sacrificed to the gods of time and convenience, um, unless you've changed your mind. But
which one is that?
Shark Attack Sunday.
Oh, no, no. Yeah, right, for this year, yes. It's
Yeah,
getting I
we're getting
thought I've
pushed.
talked to you about that, but I guess not. I told Maddie and I told John
Yeah,
for
you told
sure
me
that,
to. Yeah.
yeah, I think I told you too that Yes, Shark Attack Sunday we were planning to do. We had them all kind of listed out and everything, but because of time and busyness, and I've been actually making John do a lot more this year than we just announced on Horror Film Lovers. So I don't know if this is going out before then for the quick review, quick update, but oh well, if you hear a spoiler here before you hear it there. Um, there's gonna be a John and I are doing an Italian horror um show,
Oh, okay.
so we're going to talk about the Italian horror stuff for horror film lovers while we're taking a break from Mainstream Monday. So and so I've already been like kind of giving John a lot of stuff, and I've been kind of giving Maddie a lot of stuff and giving you more stuff. And
That's why I said
it,
if we could just get a third person in our group locally, that would be great.
even then, I like having people from afar doing it. Like I like having guests on
Oh,
Zoom.
I know, but somebody else who
Easier.
could also handle some other videos would be good, and maybe do their own and add more content, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone who's just totally crazy about movies like we are.
Right. There
And who can
are
yet?
out there, we just don't know them.
Yeah, and who can
I
yet?
think. Quick review. Thursday has one more episode that Paul's supposed to do. So whenever Paul's able to do it, either he's going to do it by himself or he'll get me to come in and watch a
I'll
movie.
get you to do it. What the hell? It's fun. It's more fun
It's
with two.
more fun when, even if it's like we do, like me and Liz did it, where we didn't watch the movie and then we watched it separately, and stuff, and then we reviewed it. That's still easy.
Yeah,
You just need to tell me then, and then those are quick reviews. So that's
right.
done in like 10 to 20 minutes or so.
That's
Some of them have been longer, but that's when
what
you
she
have
said.
three people. Let's try not to have three people.
Yeah. The other one that's kind of on hiatus until we get a little bit more time is going to be blue cheese.
Yeah, blue cheese
Got
is
the
on
movies
a
ready. It's just
break.
we just don't have the time to do that. But at some point we can do them.
I,
Um,
I was thinking about this, and I don't know how you feel. But would you be okay with switching it over to Blu-ray Hunter to give Blu-ray Hunter more content for blue cheese since
I
it's
mean, putting
Blu-ray?
blue cheese on Blu-ray Hunter,
Yes,
as long as it gets made and it's out there, I don't care.
that's all. And you're in charge of that. That's your thing. Like your Docs That Rock is your
Hmm.
thing.
Okay, that's
The
fine.
other ones are mostly our stuff, like What the Fuck
We'll
Fridays, all
make
of our
it,
stuff.
and you make it released wherever you want it to be. It can be a Jonathan Moody releasing
Yes, that's
the
fine.
Blu-ray
Okay.
Hunter.
Yeah. All right. So then Indie Film Cafe Spotlight. We're hoping that comes back in September. We haven't recorded anything yet, so we don't know. But I have a person in mind to start it off that'll kind of kickstart a really good fun thing. But like, we'll see. That's the
Yeah, we
thing.
have a couple folks who said that they want to come on the show, so we should
There's
let's
one
see.
that like asked me to come on the show
Mm,
and then bailed. And he
no,
bailed because he thought he as he thought he forced me into it or us into it. I said, like we wouldn't have done it if we felt forced into it. We like doing this stuff. We like it.
no, no. We're always. I know who you mean. So we're always ready to talk to him.
Right, but he didn't want to do it, and then he felt like I think he felt awkward about it. And I said, look, dude, just take your time. We'll interview you when we can.
Yeah,
So I think he thought we were gonna like yell at him or something or say
nah,
he's and we
nah,
never do that. Even if
no.
we want to what we like to express is that even if we give a movie a stinker like a 10 like all 10s 30 whatever, generally speaking, we like the people involved. We think that they have,
Exposure. We're giving them exposure.
yeah, we're
That's what we
giving them
want to do.
exposure, we're helping them out. um the one I'm thinking of the most is like David the Rock Nelson, you know. And David the Rock Nelson has been very cool about everything, and we love him to death.
He's a good
So
guy. We like him.
yeah. Um so I want to discuss real quick just this the whole thing about taking the break. So me saying I'm taking a break from this stuff is not taking a break. It's taking a break from it coming out at certain times. But like me and Paul are still putting out content. We're still working right now. Our main focus has been getting Indie Film Cafe finished by
Mm-hmm.
July. Like that's our deadline. We did it last year. It worked out perfectly. But this year, because of the four stuff and then all this other stuff we're doing,
It was harder.
it's yeah, it pushed it harder. So it didn't work out as easily as it should. Now, I have it planned out for next year, next season to be easier for us to do and to be able to still do other content. But once again, some of that content may have to go on the back burner or stuff like a certain month. Um, John and Paul have both laughed at me for my scheduling, but that is my thing. That's what I love. Like I want to make sure that if we do have a certain thing, it comes out on a certain day. I don't like 80s horror films coming out on a Friday one week or one month, and then the next month come out on a Tuesday. It to me it confuses me and it confuses probably other people who've been checking out the show.
The other three people who watched the show.
Look, three is better than none.
I know.
That's
We've
all.
got more than that. We got
But
more than that.
I
We've
think
got more
so.
than that. Yeah.
I think so.
Just a little funny joke.
I know. Um, but like what I'm trying to say is like that we're so busy with a million things that there are going to be times where we are going to have to put things on the back burner. Blue cheese, if we can get one of them done and we can put them on Blu-ray Hunter, great. But right now we are cluttered with stuff for.
And it's not like we work for a studio that are, poking us with a stick saying, you better get this done, you better get that done, or you're not going to get paid. Well, we're not getting paid, and we don't have anybody poking us. This is all of our own
We
stuff that
don't
we can
even
do when we
have
need to.
fans poking us saying, when's this
No,
content coming out?
no.
I was talking to John about the fact that I get frustrated with Red Letter Media because I like their best of their worst. That's all I like. I don't really, I mean, the other stuff's okay, but most of the other stuff I haven't watched. So why am I going to watch them
Yeah, I
review
don't really
something I
watch
haven't
the other
seen?
stuff either.
So I watch the best of the worst because I like the best of the worst,
When I think of
that
Red
stuff.
Letter Media, that's kind of what I think about.
What? Yeah.
You
And
know,
I also think of I think of like sometimes it gives me good ideas for Indie Film Cafe that I never thought of because I never heard of that movie. There's been so many times I bought movies because they've said how crappy they are, you know.
sometimes it turns out a movie we've done is all of a sudden magically on Red Letter Media. Just saying hello.
Yeah, well, I mean, and hey, if they're watching this, I'm all for that, you know. Like go Red
It's
Letter Media if you're checking this out, thank you.
it's a big,
Uh,
wide, wonderful world of stink.
but what I'm saying is like they don't have, as far as I know, maybe they do. Maybe they do have a schedule, and they say this needs to come out this date, this needs to come out this day or whatever. But I don't know it because it just seems random, you know.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Right. But what I'm saying is me, I like to have that. I like to have that structure. I like having those days be specific. So we're really trying to do that. Once again, there's so much content, period. And there's old episodes. You can check out our playlists, which actually has a ton of the videos. Like I was telling Paul, I was watching one of our old Hall videos. And I just love that. Like I
Mummy
love being
cat.
able to look back and seeing all the stuff that we've done. What?
I said mummy cat.
Yeah, and then apparently you and Gary had just watched Mummy Cat, and I thought that was cute because he did not like it apparently. Um, it was not his cup
Really?
of tea. He said it was like 7 minutes stretched out to an hour and 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of funny. Um, but anywho, the point is that we're out here. We are going to constantly be doing stuff, but this summer you might see a little bit of a break. We'll be talking about this on other updates and everything, and you'll know like what we're still up to. But our main concern right now is getting all our Indie Film Cafe episodes done, and then getting everything else done pretty
Mhm.
much. Paul's going to be very busy coming up, and I'm going to be very busy coming up. So
I
we
got
just want to make
dog duty
sure.
coming.
Yeah, you got dog sitting, then I have dog sitting. So we are we are just busy this year, and I love it, and I'm
Mm,
excited for the future. But right now, my main focus is just getting Indie Film Cafe done. Everything else can take a little hiatus if we have to, but that's our main concern. And then once that's done, and I don't think you don't have many episodes left on. And you've actually have the most done for yours, and stuff. So
okay.
I think I've made sure to concentrate on getting yours done because yours is, it's easier to get me and me and somebody else or something, but it's harder to
Mhm.
get you and whatnot. So I think I've got a bunch of yours already done, and then I think there's gonna be a couple where I'm gonna do me with some other people so that you can take a break, which you don't seem to mind, you
No,
know.
I believe me, I got plenty of things to do. I still got a 12-foot hoop house I got to find the time to put together and build and put out there on my garden.
Yeah. And yeah, so you got plenty of stuff to do
I was going to do
yourself.
that today, but it's been raining like cats and dogs, so couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's been storming here or two, but I think it just let up. So I'm hoping that I don't hear it as much. So hopefully it's let up
Yeah, we
here.
had about an hour where it was actually blue sky, but it's starting to rain again. So
Uh, fun times. Anyway, so we got so much stuff coming on for Indie Film Cafe. We're very happy. We can't wait for you guys to check this out. I think this is not a quick update necessarily, but we needed to get this all done. And I want to make separate these quick updates from the haul videos. We've been
mm,
doing that. We did that before, and I want to go back to that because I like having everything separated, just so it's not
ooh,
together.
just heard some thunder.
All right, well, I guess that's time. Like that's about it. I think that's it. That's all we've got going on, right? Like nothing else.
Yeah, other than there's some sick flick stuff percolating in the back too that hopefully we'll be spending some time on too because we haven't had much of a chance to work on any of that.
We
So
haven't, and that's mainly because I've been writing, and I'm almost actually done with the first draft of something of a
yay.
project. And so once that's done and copywritten and everything, it goes out to people to like to to read it and tell us if it sucks, kind of thing. Then after that, we'll
It
do the second
sucks.
draft and maybe hopefully sell the damn thing because that's what I want to do. I want to
Hmm.
sell it if I can. Make some moolah, you know.
Sell off
Um,
your children.
People say that, but you know what? This last like this one thing, I've been telling my writing partner to just like to basically just let it, to like cut anything that needs to be cut. If
Sure.
something is not good, axe it, you know? And like I'm not married to anything in the script.
Axe it like it's Axmas.
Yeah, because my thing is if we cut things and it makes it better, why am I gonna, right? But if we
Right.
don't axe it and people are like, ugh, and it turns people off, you know, then why keep it? So anyway, that's my screenwriting tip of the day is if you're married to the project, don't plan to try to sell it then because most likely the stuff that you want in there are going to, you might as well make it yourself because if you try to sell it, most likely the stuff that you like is going to get cut at some point,
Mm.
and you're going to be mad, So you just got to be sort of neutral about your feelings on the script. Just keep the story. So anyway, that's about it. We are still on TikTok. I have not updated any TikToks in a while. I'm planning to in May. So May and June, you will start seeing more TikToks, hopefully. But it's kind of hard. It's just, especially when it's just me, I can't get my social media guy to do that stuff because he doesn't know how, and stuff, and I know how and everything. So it's just easier for me.
I
Plus,
know
I know what
nothing
I
about the
want,
TikTok.
and I know what I want. So it is what it is. So anyway, I think that's about it. Check us out on Instagram. Indie Film Cafe Network. Check us out on Facebook,
I
Indie
do
Film
have one
Cafe.
thing to say once we're off the
Oh,
video, so
okay.
don't completely vanish.
Oh, I'm not going to. Um, all right. So, and then what is it? Was it Indie Film Cafe on Facebook? We also have a group for Indie Film Cafe. So if you want to join our group and talk about your projects, or even promote your Indiegogo, we are Indiegogo friendly. If you want to promote your Indiegogo, feel free. We don't care. If it helps, it helps. The other one is Instagram. I think that's it. I think that's all we're on. So uh until then, everybody, talk to you later.
Eh.
Bye.